Record that.
Okay, let me find a space that's not cutting out first, and then you can hit record. Oh, you already hit record.
Oh, you actually sound super clear wherever you're at right now.
Okay, well, I'm sitting in my bedroom. Y'all are about to see my laundry. Welcome. Okay, so let's dive into this. There's no magic sauce. Y'all, I recruited. I think I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the 60 days before Diamond, because I think it's important to know that we were at about 4,000 points the 2 months prior to hitting Diamond. And before that, we'd only gone Sapphire 2 months before. And we had been Emerald for over a year. So I think those numbers are really important to understand going into this. And so 60 days beforehand, what did I do? I'm just going to share some things that I did. So the first thing is I am a firm believer, and I do not mean this in a rude way, like the team you have now is not valuable. They are not children of God. They are not beautiful with great businesses. I do not take that away from what I'm about to tell you. But the team you have now is not the team that's going to get you to where you want to go. And I think we've probably all heard that, but I have lived by that my entire career because I am a very driven person. And when I set a goal, I do not like to fail. And if my team that I have now is not ready, I'm going to go create a team that is ready. And when you're ready to come do this, like I'll be your person. But if you're not ready today, that's fine. I'm going to go find somebody else who is ready. And that has been my mentality since day one. And I don't think it takes a red personality Enneagram 3 to have that personality. I think it's a work ethic thing. And it's something that I think I learned from my dad, to be honest, without getting into too much detail. So what I did, I went and created some new runners. Y'all, I was in Boise, Idaho with my best friend who I met through Plexus, Emily Burgess. She's my power partner. I was at her Diamond Doc filming on the 27th and 28th of the month before we went Diamond. We were pushing for Diamond. And I was like, we were about 600 points away on the 27th. And I was like, man, this stinks. So I got on the plane. I bought the Wi-Fi. I sent the messages. And within 72 hours, I had 4 or 5 new silvers within 72 hours. Y'all, that does not happen by chance. It happens by getting on the phone, like legitimately on the phone, talking to them, helping people, hand holding, doing one-on-one Zooms. That is what I did. I will send you, I'll send you a messages I sent. Most of them were to partial PVs, and I was offering some free shipping codes to people that were really close, and every point mattered at the end of the month. I didn't even care if I could only control 20 orders. If I could control 20 orders, those are the orders that I was going to control. Yes. Okay. So then the other thing was high recruiting. I firmly believe that when my team is stagnant or they're not moving, the best thing that I can do is not to go preach. It is to go send messages and share screenshots of what I'm sending to my team. And so I saw at the end of the month, we were close, but I wasn't going to go preach. Hey, y'all go get your orders and go do all this. I went to Momentum. I don't know how many people I signed last month. I honestly don't even know, to be honest, or the month before, because at the end of the month, I was just going. It may have been 10. You might know better than I do, Matthew. But y'all, it all happened within the last week for September, or for August and September. And so I went to high recruiting mode, high silver development. And I started doing one-on-one coaching calls. The first thing I do, especially during a rank a month, and I need to be better about this, is coaching calls with my level 1 and 2 runners, one-on-one. They get 15 to 30 minute slots. I schedule them back to back because they know when we get into that call, it is business. We are talking business. I want to be your friend, but during that 30-minute call, we are business goals. So I was really good in October to make sure that my team knew what they were working towards, because there is nothing worse as a leader. I know y'all can attest to this. At the end of the month, you're really close to a goal and you're like, okay, who's working? Who's going to get an order in? Like, it's the most awkward thing. It makes people feel like they're working for you. And that is not the goal here. The goal here is to create a bunch of leaders, and you can't create leaders unless they know what they're working towards. And so I went back to coaching calls. And here's something I want to tell y'all. I was a little bit afraid last month when we pushed for Diamond, towards the end of the month, because I don't have any jewels. I have 0 jewels on my team. And I have one girl who's close. She's about 1,000 points. And she told me she was pushing for Emerald. And I love her. I know she has everything in her, that she's capable of being a jewel. She just has to decide it first. Anyway, so with after last month, she actually called me and she said, hey, I just want to tell you something. The fact that you went Diamond and you were not begging her, but saying, hey, I need your team. I need orders from your team. The fact that you went Diamond without us going Emerald was the most belief building thing you could have ever done, because it shows me that I don't have to wait on people to be ready. I can go make this happen, even at a higher rank. And so that was really encouraging to me to know that by me doing that, it didn't debilitate my team and make them think I wasn't thankful for them. It actually did the opposite, and it inspired them. And so that is something I was really proud of. Okay, I'm holding my phone now because I don't have my pretty ring light. So let me get my iPad so I can pull up those questions. Okay. All right, so Matthew sent over some questions. I'm guessing they're from y'all. What language or phrasing do we use to discuss silver, and does it come prior to their enrollment or after? Okay, y'all, I love silver. I think silver is the heartbeat to this. The moment I see silver development go down is the moment that I'm not worried about my business, but I know it's not going to be growing. I'm not looking at the number of enrollments. I'm looking at silver development. And so the language and phrasing we use is so simple. We get them on the phone during the sign up process and we say, hey, do you want to share your journey as you go? I can help you. It's super easy. We have a super simple system and it works really well. My mom actually did it. She hasn't paid for her products in 3 years. So easy. Do you want to share your journey as you go? So that's the first way to do it. And then the second question sometimes I'll ask, especially if I know they've brought up the business before, is, oh my gosh, what's the second question? Oh, do you want to get your products paid for? Can I help you do that? So those are the 2 questions I ask, and y'all, they are great. Ask them, shut up, listen to what they have to say, and then use your system. Use send, share, invite. Easy. Okay, how to encourage them to post for the first time. That's how. I usually just say there's 2 different ways. One is if I ask them, do you want to share your journey as you go? The second way is when their products come in, I always do this. I always say, hey, send me a picture of the products that you got, of your box, what's in your box. And they do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, will you put that on Facebook and just share that you're starting something new? And they're like, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. I really legitimately get excited. Sometimes I'll make a cute little story for them to put in their stories, or I'll write something up for them and send it to them and say, hey, just post this, do it between 7 and 9 tonight, tag me. I'm so excited. And then I get we have a runner's thread, and that's when I'm like, hey, so-and-so just made their first post. Can we all go show them some love? And then they get all this excitement, and it's just fun. It's just community and it's team. So that's how I do it. Hopefully this is step by step enough and not just random. But the next one was, do they call up the person and enroll them personally? The answer is they need to be. I know we all get busy and sometimes we don't, but I'm a firm believer that you either need to get on the phone before, during, or after. We actually now have something really cool. If y'all haven't seen, we get sample credits every single time someone signs up. And y'all, when you're on the phone with them, as soon as the confetti pops and it's like, congratulations, they are getting a text message that says, congratulations, you have 3 free samples to send out. So I've actually been having them download their app while I'm on the phone with them and saying, hey, who do you want to send your samples to? And it's so easy. And Matthew, I'm on my phone. So if you see questions coming in that you want me to answer, if you want to unmute and ask, go for it.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So most of my ambassadors are not social media savvy and certainly not influencers. So any tips on how they can easily post and have conversations without a major social media presence? Y'all, I'm just gonna be honest. Excitement trumps perfection every single day of the week. So if you have somebody that is just flipping excited and they share about it and they are happy and they are pumped and they are taking pictures of them and they are actually living and breathing the health and happiness, I don't care if they have a preset on their picture. I can teach you how to do that. I cannot teach you how to be excited. And so what I would say to you is, if that is your question, I say, okay, well, then obviously that's a fear you need to get over, because there's no level of perfect here. You just need to do it and you'll get better as you go. There's another question about, do we have a wholesaler page or a business builder page? So my power partners and I are Joanna Miller, Emily Burgess, and we've been running since we were gold together. And now Emily and I are diamond, and Joanna is sapphire, and she should be diamond within the year. And we're all on different teams, by the way. And we all do it this way. We all have a product page and we all have a business page. And the reason we did that was we switched when we were about emerald, was just because we had so many celebrations going on, and it would end up being like one product post, 10 celebrations, one this. And so it was just a lot. And so that's why we switched it to having a health page and a business page. And for me, I love it. It works really great. What do they do to duplicate their efforts down to level 1 and 2s? We actually do, right now we're doing a 1 month accountability group. And so every single Tuesday night, we all get together and we all have action items. I don't like the word homework. This is a volunteer army. I'm not going to be giving anybody homework, but I will give you some action items that will help build your business. And so we give them action items, and we talk about the podcast for the week, and we talk about this, and we talk about systems. I also think one-on-one coaching calls with your level 1 and 2 runners are really important too, because that's where your system is developed and refined, that one-on-one space. And so that is how we do it. Do we use our own system, or do we use the Engage app and the resources in the virtual office, new Ambassador Plexus page, all that stuff? You guys, that stuff is awesome. And I think it is incredible for anyone who does not already have a system that's working. We have a system that's been working, and so that's what we use. But I do know that a lot of my girls got in on the book study that Genevieve did, and they loved it. Like, they loved it, because we don't have one going on right now. And so the other thing I'll tell you is I guess this is probably bad to admit, but I just went into the virtual office and the new ambassador training steps. I know Samantha's looking at me like, I cannot believe you're admitting this out loud, but it's true.
No, I love that you are.
Good. It's good. It's so good. It had like the making your list of 64. It had step-by-steps. It had resources to get plugged into. And truthfully, I mean, it's awesome. So for somebody who's brand new, that doesn't have a system or a team that's running and ready, like that, it's excellent. But we don't usually push that as part of our onboarding system. Okay. I think that's all the questions that you sent me.
Wonderful. I would love to hear from everyone. Mm-hmm. What are some additional questions or maybe some clarification on what Jordan talked about? What do you have? Kelly, I saw your hand shoot up.
Jordan, congratulations for getting to Diamond, girl. That's all I got to say first and foremost. Oh, so excited for you. Second, do you mind? I don't even know how you could share. I don't know if you can't share all the details, but like, what is your system that keeps it streamlined and simple enough? That's actually where I'm at right now, is trying to create something that is simple enough that I'm going to actually stick with, that will keep people moving and they're not dependent on me, but more on the system.
Yeah. So Kelly, how did you go silver?
I found 3 friends.
Yeah. How did you get them? What were the, tell me how you got them. Who were your 3?
I called them, actually one was my mom, and the other 2 ended up responding to my posts on Facebook, which is not the norm, I know, but they were people that were already in my life, and then that's how they responded. Well,
I would actually say that is the norm. Like, I usually have people make a post and they at least get 1 or maybe 2 people interested. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of have, our system is this: we get on the phone, we ask them if they want to share as they go. If they're kind of interested and they're like, yeah, sure, I'll get my products paid for, then we walk them through this. Okay, who do you know, like right off the top of your head, that might want a little bit of weight loss, or you know that they just love you and they would just support you. How about your husband, your mom? Like, talk to me about these people. And they're like, well, my mom tries every diet in the book. I'm like, okay, great. Let's text her. So we do it together. And then she's like, well, my husband, you know, like we do everything together anyway. I'm like, great, let's sign him up. Do you have a social? So I help them do it literally on the phone. And then that's when I help them make a post. And then I don't like to give it to them all up front. So I literally give them these like step by steps. And then I have them make a post. And then depending on how many people they have commenting, liking, I'm like, okay, girl, you have got like 6 people liking your post today. And how about we do an event for you? They're super simple. I'm going to do all the posting. I will do all the hard work. I just need you to invite them to this thing. And then afterwards, we're going to follow up with them and ask them what questions they have. And she's like, okay, great. I'm like, okay. So I set it up. I don't really give them the option. I just say like, why don't we do an event for you? Does Thursday or Sunday work better?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we do. And so we do a launch event for them. We do a lot of events. I would say we do anywhere from 10 to 50 events every single month between our team. And we do a lot. And that's what works for us. And so we do a launch event, and then I help them follow up after. I help them post a couple more times after they do their event to create some credibility. And typically on the phone with them after their event, they will sign at least 1 or 2 more. So.
Okay. So you don't do anything like in units or anything. It's just more like how you train your team to like talk through in those conversations. Okay.
Yeah. My belief is that if I can get them silver, get them a little bit of belief, a little bit of excitement, then that opens up the door to letting me train them. But right now I don't have that permission. They just want to get their products paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Angela, looks like you have a question. Please share.
Yes, quick question. So once you get them to silver, do they typically stick around? Are they then utilizing your system, or it just kind of depends? Like, your goal is to get them to silver. I know Brooke and Emily kind of teach a little bit, you're holding their hand till gold. So what do you do with them after that, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm the same. I will hold their hand till gold. And it's funny because whenever I kind of let go at gold, they're like, oh, what just happened? I'm like, hey, you should ask that question in our Rockstars thread. Hey, there's a really good video on that. And I didn't do that before they were gold. And they're like, oh, this sucks. But it makes them better. So when somebody goes silver, I celebrate can I say crap? Am I allowed to say crap on a recorded call? I celebrate a lot when they go silver. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you just did it. I love GIFs, however you say it. I'll send them like 5 really excited ones. And I'm like, okay, what do you want now? Because you just added 3 people in 72 hours. And your next bonus is a free ninja. You just need 3 more. Can I help you do that? Will you let me help you do that? Because this is so much fun. And you're good at this. And they're like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then I help them make another post. I might help them do a giveaway. I help them send out their samples. And so really it's just getting into the actions that we already do, and I just give them baby steps. And I get them, we have a silver thread on Messenger. Some people love it. Even one of my power partners don't even like having one. So it's not even, they hate it. I love it. We plug them into a silver thread. There's a lot of other girls asking questions, building belief to each other. Oh my gosh, so-and-so just went silver. So anyway, that's kind of my system. And then that's literally what I keep doing. I think Kelly, you mentioned that earlier, pulling reports for your team and what their next bonus is or what their next goal is. That is like, I think it's key. I mean, if you're not doing that, they don't know what they're working towards. So I'm like, you got 3 more to your ninja. Oh my gosh, you only need 5 more, 4 more. I can't do math. 4 more and you are super silver. Like, you're about to hit your second rank in 10 days. And then it just gives them so much belief that this is real. So, because it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. I see a lot of you who don't have your camera on. If you do have a question, pop it on, let us know. We'll get Jordan to answer it while she's here. Lindsay.
Hey,
yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard someone else talking to whoever that was. You can go right after Lindsay.
Okay, so you mentioned you have 2 different groups. I'd love to
Mhm.
hear how you said a health group and a biz group. So describe for me what those look and feel like.
So our business group is a lot of training videos, and it's not just me posting. It's my team, it's what they're watching, it's the things they're doing. Lots of celebration. We celebrate everything. We celebrate action, we celebrate ranks, we celebrate adding your first one, leaders retreat, watched a video. Like, we are a team of mass celebrations. So there's a lot of celebrations, lots of silver announcements, and then training videos mainly. And then live videos, like live trainings. Like, I might have somebody come in and do a live training on that page for us that's business oriented. And then on the health page, a lot of dosage, testimonies. We'll do live events through that. So, like, we actually have an event coming up, Sunday night, and it's for our team. And we'll do an event. We'll have 10 live stories or 7 live stories throughout the day on that page with different topics, with a post in between. And so we're not creating a new event page every single time.
Yeah,
So
right. Do you have people, like, you have a new ambassador, do they get added to both groups? Or how
No,
do you decide?
we just add them to our health page, but there are business testimonies in that too. So,
Okay.
and like, we also announce the incentives every month on that page too. So it's not like they're not seeing the business.
Okay. So just your business builders, the ones who have said that they want to do it or they've gone silver or whatever it is, they're in your biz
Yeah.
group.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And I know right before Lindsay, it sounded like somebody else was trying to unmute and ask a question.
It was me, but I'm not somewhere I can turn my camera on right this second. So it's Heather. My question is more kind of a follow-up to when you get these new people to go silver, especially when they go silver right away. How are you handling customer care for those new people? Because and I guess just a little framework, what I'm seeing is my new people who are really excited and they start getting people, then it's like they get overwhelmed with all the customer care part of it and helping with dosage and that sort of thing. So what's your system of taking somebody from silver? Are you still handling most of that at the beginning for all of them, since that first person is just getting started as well? Or
Yeah,
do you
so-
pass that on?
Yeah, I love that question. It's Heather, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on, I had a thing I was going to tell you. Let me think. Okay, part of our system is 3-way messages. And so, as I'm already been introduced to this person in a 3-way message, and so we do all of our check-ins on this 3-way message until they feel comfortable. And so that's kind of what I do. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all, I do not like customer care. I am not good at taking care of people that do not want the business, because I'm just not. It's just not my thing. Okay, that's an excuse. It could be my thing if I wanted it to be my thing. So what I usually do is we just do check-ins on there, and that's how we do it. People are going to fall off. I've had people go gold in a month and leave, and you can't help it. It happens. That's not who I'm here for. I'm here for the people that want a long-term business. So
Thank you. That is very refreshing to hear you say those things.
good. I'm glad.
Jordan, I saw Caroline asked for a clarification in the chat. She
Okay.
said, so your health page includes potentials or no?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Perfect. Great. And then Kelly, did I see you raise your hand again earlier? Did you have another question?
Yeah, I think I forgot, so give me a minute.
Fair enough.
I've had a couple of those moments today too, so we're good.
It's Friday Eve, Kelly. We forgive you. Don't worry. Yes, Diane, please unmute. Share with us.
Hi. Okay. First off, congratulations. I love, love, love hearing from the people who have gotten their hands dirty, done the things. I just want to absorb it all. So thank you so much for taking the time and just pouring into us and sharing with us what you're doing and what's working for you.
You're so
So
sweet.
I just have a question about, I know you mentioned a silvers thread. Do you utilize the messenger thread for other ways of communication with your team, or are you doing most of your stuff in your team pages?
That's a good question. People tell me all the time that message said it's overwhelming. Well, I'm like, if it's overwhelming for you, then obviously you don't care about the information, or else you wouldn't let it be overwhelming. Overwhelm is a choice, so that's your choice. So I love I love having our silver thread. So we have that one, and it's not as active as like some of our threads, but it is really helpful for new people to just see that they're not alone. And so, and I'll do like little giveaways, like, hey, here's a video. Everybody who watches this, I'm drawing for a bag of active. Just comment one thing that you've learned today. So I'll do some stuff like that just for that special group. And then we have what's called our rock stars thread, which is anyone that's silver and above that's working. And so then that one is pretty active. It's all the questions. Yeah. So not a lot of question asking on our team page, more in our thread. And then I do have like a rubies and above thread because I have 5 now and I only had 2 before last month, which is really cool. So there's that. And then on our team page, yeah, it really is just like, it's a lot of videos, a lot of shout outs, post ideas, things like that.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Great questions, y'all. Lindsay, I see you waving your pen. Is that because you have a question or is that just, no? Cool. Wanted to make sure. Awesome. Again, Jordan and her team are in massive momentum. So this is your opportunity to ask all those burning questions. Kimberly, did I see you wave your hand?
Yeah, I have one. I'm a pretty new Emerald, and so I'm
Yay!
trying to grow my team and help them grow. And I like the one-on-one coaching calls. And I was wondering, what do you have a specific format that you follow? Because I've got when I get into a coaching call with somebody, we kind of rabbit hole down, and it's a, you know, who can we get to silver? What are, you know, that kind of thing. And then it goes off on all of these people's objections that they don't want to sell. So anyway, any tips on managing a coaching call or, you know?
Yes, I do have tips on managing a coaching call. First thing I'm going to do is grab my charger because I walked away from my charger, which was in my office, and now I'm chargerless. And I grabbed that. I do have a coaching call template. Jessica Heffley made one a while back. I don't use hers, but it is good. I used to get stuck in that trap too. It was like a therapy session instead of a coaching call. And there are times like I will sit and I will pray for you, and we will pray together, and we can have this time, but right now is not that time. And so I do have a little coaching thing. I will send it to y'all as soon as we're off. Will you remind me, Matthew? And I will send that little breakdown.
That'd be incredible.
Here, Jordan, we added you to our Facebook chat on Facebook.
So I can just put it there.
That would be excellent. I actually have access to that other one you were talking about.
Yep.
That I can share.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have one printed up. This is the Jessica Heffley one.
Yeah. It's like, what are you avoiding? Your 1 month, 3 months, 6 months goals. What are you reading? Things like that.
And yes, Don, I'll add you that Facebook chat. If anybody else has not yet been added to that chat, let us know. Don, since you and I were talking recently, it should be fine. Anyone else, if you would, shoot Samurai a private message. So Facebook recognizes that we are actually friends and doesn't throw us in jail for trying to add you to a group. You know what I mean?
Who just asked that question? I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, so I can only see like 4 people.
Who is inquiring about the coaching call worksheet?
Oh,
Is that
that's
you,
me,
Kimberly?
Kim.
Yep.
It's Kim. Yep.
Okay, Kim, you
Yes.
didn't ask for this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because going from Emerald to Sapphire was really hard because you're doubling. I mean, I know what it sucks. Like, I just remember being like, man, I'm going to do it again. And I don't have Jules on my team, so it wasn't like I had, somebody blowing up I had people helping, don't get me wrong, but, I still had to do work. And so I just want to encourage you that the next level it is possible, and that your efforts do matter, because it will inspire momentum in your team, because you are still working. Even though you can only do so much, it still does matter. So.
Oh, thank you. I have my first Ruby. When I hit Emerald, she hit Ruby, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
and
that's how I was. I think I had 1 Ruby when I went Emerald.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you actually saying that you're diamond with no jewels yet, like it takes, I guess, a lot of, I don't know, it like opens my mind, I guess. Like I feel like
Yeah.
my only way to get there is, and now, I mean, my Ruby, she's running for senior Ruby, don't get me wrong, but like, I guess it takes some of the pressure off of these people on my team that maybe aren't going as fast and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's basically a lot of people doing a little bit.
Yeah, I actually listened to a podcast earlier. It was Bob Heilig. It was like 7 minutes, y'all. And it basically was saying like the cure, like if you just take away fear, the antidote is just service. And so when you take away that expectation that you're going to get me to Emerald and you just serve them and you go do what you can control, it just totally changes the game. And so that's kind of what I did.
I love it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm also new Emerald and was cruising pretty fast towards Sapphire, and we were adding like 100, 180 people a month. And this month we're at a whopping 16
Yay.
people. So what do you do during those moments when, or those seasons, I guess, when everything just like slows down and you have no idea why? You're doing the same thing, the same systems. How do you build that momentum again?
How many silvers did you guys create within the last 60 days?
Probably 20.
Okay. And are those people still working?
Not all of them. No.
Okay. And so this is something my power partner, Emily, is really good at. She is like an expert vision caster.
Okay.
And so when I know if she was on this call, she would say, how much vision are you really like projecting for your team? And what is the culture like? When is the last time you guys did a call just to like hang out? When is the last time you did a retreat for them? How much money are you pouring into your team? Because we all know that you have to pour money in to be able to make money.
Yes.
And then I would look at your silver rate and then the amount of silvers and golds. Like that right there is important. And then new legs. This is something I'll preach about till the day I die because I've just seen it work so many times. Go find new runners. If they're not ready or they've taken a step back, sure, ask why, but go find people who are ready. Like it just, it's so good.
Oh,
So
I
don't know if
agree
that's
with you.
helpful, but
It is helpful, and it's nice to hear. I've been a strong recruiter too, and I built my husband almost a senior Ruby in just a few months with all this momentum and stuff. So I agree. You always have to be finding people, but we're just losing a lot of people right now. And I'm trying to like get people excited again. Okay, so thank you.
do you know what your this is not you can tell me to shut up if you want me to, Matthew.
Please go. Keep sharing.
Okay. Do you know what your Enneagram number is?
Melissa Eichenhorst is my upline, and she hates me every day because I don't. She's like, Mandy, seriously,
Okay.
no, I have no idea.
I want to encourage you to go figure out what your Enneagram is, because something Jessica Heffley told me a long time ago was she was like, Jordan, you're leading people who are just like you, but you're forgetting about a lot of people. And you have got to learn how to talk other color personalities, other Enneagrams, or else you're going to stay where you are. And so that was a big shift for me too, was realizing that I can't talk like this with everybody because it actually might make some people pee their pants. And so I have to like learn how to speak other languages. And so that might be an area for you as well.
Absolutely. No doubt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can, Don. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm in the carpool line with my kids. That's why I had the camera off. When
I'm
you
about
say
to
that
head
you
there
do
as well,
events-
by the way. That's what I'm about to go do is pick up my team.
Yes. So Jordan, when you say events, are you doing like Facebook events for your new people? Or are you doing like the Zoom events?
I'll be honest, I talk about them a lot. So Emily Burgess is one of my power partners. She does Zoom events. I know if I was new and someone said, here's a Zoom link, like come, I'd be like, girl, you crazy. Like I am not hopping on a Zoom with a bunch of strangers, you weirdo. But some people do, and they like that. And so I don't know. One of my rubies is actually doing one tonight for her leg, and I'm excited to see how it goes because I wouldn't join it, but some people will. Most of the time we do ours just Facebook events with live videos and posts.
So you do like a Facebook event like all day, or you do it within a couple of hours? How do you do it?
It just depends. Sometimes we'll do a 2-day event with the first day's product, second day's business, and our opportunity, like more testimonies. And then Some days we'll just do it one night, like a blitz. Like if we're doing at the end of a month, it's always a 1 hour blitz type quick one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, if there's any new emeralds on here that feel like they're a little stuck, I have a video that I recorded for Abby Kappa, like when we went emerald, and it basically talks about our shift. And so when we went emerald, y'all, the month before, we didn't even re-rank senior ruby, and it was in October of 18. I don't know when. I think it was 2018. We didn't even go senior ruby the month before. The next month, we more than doubled our points. So I'm just saying, like, momentum shifts at any time. And it doesn't matter the season. You don't have to fall back because it's holidays. That's bull. Like.
So I have another question. So Jordan, do you concentrate like on levels 1 through 3, or do you just see whoever wants to run and you just go for it?
I am usually pretty respectful. If my leader has someone on their team that is doing really well, I'm respectful of that. To me, it's not a boundary, but it is. Like, I want them to step up and lead. And so sometimes I'll ask if we can do like a three-way coaching call, and they can lead and I can just kind of be there if they want me, and we'll do that a couple of times, and then I'll back off and they can do it. Like, I do, you do, whatever that thing is, and then I'm not that deep. We just got like our first level 7 and 8, like 2 months ago. Like I am not that deep. I'm super wide. And so I don't know. We'll see how that goes in the next few months. I don't know how deep I should go.
Okay. That's good. I like the three-way coaching. That's good. Kind of teach and show. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know how helpful that was, but
it was.
I see a question over here from Caroline in the chat. Do you do blitz events only for launches, or does that vary?
Listen, when I started my business, y'all, I would do like 4 of my own events every single month. Because I had been using Send, Share, Invite since before we had the Send, Share, Invite system. So if somebody told me they weren't ready, I'd say, cool, I've got an event Thursday night. Let me add you to it so you can learn more about products so you can feel comfortable. And I would make an event, and I would just make a goal to like at least find 2 more people to get in on this event, so it didn't look like I just created it for them. So I'm a believer in you always have to have something to invite people to. So I will do events all month long if I need to.
Thank you, Jordan.
And if y'all are not part of the One Plexus picture photo group, me and Rachel Rogers, Jennifer Cobb, there's so many, Victoria Wooten, we kind of manage that one. And there is a really good template in there for events that you can use. Victoria Wooten has created beautiful graphics for a launch event for someone. And then Rachel Rogers just made one that was for fall. And so that's a really great resource. So you're not spending your time creating content because you don't have time for that.
I have a quick question. Stephanie, I'm in Canada and I'm new Emerald.
Hi. I have a question for you when you're done, okay?
Okay. So basically my team grew really, really fast. I was only gold, and I've been gold, like it's taken me almost 2 years to get gold. Like it was just super slow. But then I signed up my husband's cousin and it just went wild. And she ranked Emerald with me like a week apart. And we have 8 sapphires under us, a couple of, rubies under us, and a couple of senior rubies. Like it's just crazy. There's a lot of jewels under us, and it's gone really, really quickly. And I think what happened in the process is we've become super overwhelmed because there's just so many people to keep track of, and a lot of administration that's kind of taken away the momentum and the excitement of like sharing the products and sharing about the business. And all of that stuff, because we're just dealing with like admin all day, every day type of thing. So
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you doing everything when people text you? Are you responding like all day long?
All day, all night. Yeah.
Why?
Some of our other leaders are up till like 2 a.m. Just
Okay.
because I don't know why. I just think because there's so many people and they have so many questions, and there's only like a handful of us that have the knowledge enough to like really, like, we haven't even had time to train up our other leaders yet. They're just
So
like signing people
I
up
would
like crazy.
encourage you to stop, to not stop, but like Brooke and Emily always teach us, you can learn to rest through momentum. You can also learn to teach, train, and create foundations in momentum. And so I would go back to, what are the systems that you're using? How are you teaching them? Also, like for us, we have our message thread called Rock Stars. I do not answer text messages. You can come look at my phone. I have over 300 unread text messages from this week. I do not answer them because if they sit there long enough, they're gonna find somewhere to ask, and it's going to be a team page or a team thread. You do not have to be their sole source of life. You are awesome. You know all the things, but they need to go learn all the things.
That's
so
true.
My
Yeah.
advice to you is to find somewhere, some way, and create a system to where they know when they need an answer, they can go get it. And it doesn't have to be from you or your level 1 or your level 2.
Yeah, because we have like a group page, and then and again, like the group page just became explosive with all kinds of, celebrations and knowledge and training, and it's so messy. Like I think people are just getting overwhelmed. So instead of scrolling through that, they just send a message or a text or email or whatever it is. So
have you ever done a accountability group type thing where you have some like a call same time every Tuesday night or every Sunday night or something like that?
Yes, we have a Thursday night team call every Thursday.
So there is a series of videos. It's called the Gold Mastermind series. And I think Christy Jex did it. And it's really good on basics. And so on those calls, I don't know what it looks like for y'all, but I know that I like to just impart system. Because you're not creating freedom right now. You are hating your phone. And that's not the goal here.
Exactly.
Seriously, I probably work 50% less now than I ever have.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful, but it took a lot of training. And so, yeah, I would go back to system. I would maybe impart some of those, like that Gold Mastermind series on your calls for a month, have them watch it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And then find a one landing board, one sounding board for them. My team knows if they text me, I'm not answering. If they have not looked for themselves in the help center, asked a power partner or asked a running mate, and then asked our thread and not got an answer, then they can come to me. And that's not like entitlement. It's just how it needs to be.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate.
Okay, question for you.
Yes.
Because you're here and I have somebody in Canada that I need to send samples to, and I need to send them Canadian samples, not my samples. How do I do that?
Good question. I have no idea. I've never had to deal with anything like that.
Can I message you and you order something for me and I will pay you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a month. I'm not kidding. A month. I've been trying to figure this out and I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Just let me know and I can do that for you.
And Jordan, that's really good feedback for us to hear as well. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will make sure that gets in the right ear.
That would be awesome because she's awesome and I don't know what to send her. Okay, what was your name again so I can write it down so I can message you and then I'll shut up.
It's Stephanie.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Because I probably have to go in like 3 minutes.
I have a really boring logistical question. So our team is trying to figure out where do we do welcome posts. So I'm curious how do you organize welcoming your new people and tell me where you're putting that.
We used to do welcome posts and truthfully, I loved them. Like I loved them a lot, but I had a lot of people say that they were overwhelming. And so we don't do welcome posts anymore. We just welcome people that want the business to our new silver thread.
Okay.
And so they're all in that space. And if whoever's free, we'll say welcome, and maybe 5 people, maybe 3 people, just welcome. We're excited for you. And then that's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much, everyone. Just to respect our time and yours, more importantly, if you have any additional questions, throw them in that Facebook chat. Let's keep this conversation going. I feel like silvers is always a hot topic. As Jordan mentioned, if your silver development is dropping a little bit, you might notice your momentum dropping as well. So keep that conversation and any additional questions you have over in that Facebook chat. Jordan, thank you so much for joining.
You're welcome.
And sharing. We're so happy for all of the success you and your team have experienced lately. Excited to celebrate you in Scottsdale.
Thank you. I'm so excited. And I will leave y'all with this, because I have heard people say they didn't get in quick enough, or people don't go diamond as fast as they used to. Y'all, that is a bold-faced lie. Like, it is a lie. I am seeing people that are doing the things, getting the goals. Do the things and just commit to figuring it out and shifting through it, because there is an answer. There is a YouTube video for that. I promise.
Y'all have a beautiful afternoon. Right before we let you go, we're going to share a mini call to action with you based off of Jordan's tips on growing silvers. Our challenge for you is between today and the end of the month. If you can grow a level 1 silver between now and the end of the month, let us know. We can send you some swag. All right. You'll have to shoot Sam or I or both of us a direct message so we can celebrate you, get your shipping details, and we're going to share some swag with you.
Can I get swag too?
Yeah, why not, Jordan? Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah. I have your address. Keep an eye out. Thank you for hopping on and letting us feature you. Everybody have a beautiful Friday Eve, and we hope to see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all. Thanks, Jordan.